We on? It looks so, man. Greetings in the name of His and Her Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, Empress Wazir Menin. Yes. One perfect balance, family. Yeah, greetings. It'll be off to a late start. That's all on me tonight. But we here, family. All is good. See who's here with us. Oh man, the usual. Do me a favor, family. Having some audio challenges. Can you hear music? Is the question. If you can hear music, give me some feed forward. Let me know. Work out this glitch. Everybody here, Babylon is so unfair. Yeah, give me a mic check, family. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Tell me you can hear me. Yeah, but also, can you hear music? If you can hear music as well, yeah, let me know. Let me know. Checking it. Jealousy and greedy, them they run them rat race. Chop off a shape can give a play and get intelligence. I'm not seeing it. I'll try one more thing. Yeah, give me a little mic check. I can see clear now. Love and light, family. Okay, you can hear me clear, Ricardo, but can you hear music? Is the question. Do you hear music playing? I guess in the background. Oh, Andrea said yes, you can hear your music. Okay. Music clear. All right. Okay. Try and sound different here though. But anyhow, family, give thanks and praise. Welcome to Politically Incorrect, where we get it correct. If we're not correct, y'all already know, correct us. Inbox, message, call, WhatsApp, whatever. And make it happen, man. But the question is, what's on your mind, man? Electronics is something else, man. I look, I gonna have to take a day and sit down and kind of go through these apps and see what's what, because they got some new apps on here that I don't recall inviting. I don't recall inviting them, but they're here. So you said Facebook acting up already. Yeah, I've been noticing it. I've noticed it a lot lately too. From this side, I don't know if y'all see it from your side, but little things be happening. In the binary codes, these the ones and the zeros, C++. You see, they programmed to do the same thing consistently. So as they start to deviate from that, you know something wrong. When the systems start acting up. I got a sister and said her computer shut right down. So I tell people, man, store your stuff, get a backup, store it and stash it. Give it to a friend that don't know, a friend that know, a friend that don't know. Like, hold that. You know what I mean? Put it somewhere safe. Bury that piece in the backyard, waterproof casing. Put that shit in the herb somewhere, man. This is crazy. Anyhow, family, give thanks for those who stayed up, stayed on, logged on. Sonia, I see you again. Give thanks. Ricardo, thanks, brother, man. Maria, you already know. Norris Spain, I see you too, family. Andre, you already know. What's on your mind, family? What's on your mind, man? I want to open up the lines tonight for calls. Definitely want to open up the line. There's a number of things I would like to share. The guest for the night, the brethren, said he's going to come in on Friday. Kind of excited about that. It's kind of a major move on my end too. I've been pushing certain things lately. I had this stuff up on the Semitics the other day. I don't know how many people took that serious, so I did some homework in terms of who are the real Semitic people, or who are the Semitic people, not real, because they are who they are. But yeah, that's what's up, family. Anyhow, go tell a friend that Politically Incorrect up, and we going live, man. Live, the lines are open. Do not forget to give me a shout. Let me see what's it here. This is it right here? I think so. Tell a friend, family. Numbers 828 Sorry, 838-8253. There you go. Y'all already know. Go tell a friend and tell a friend, man. Let me pull a tune up. There's a tune by the Sistren, Plant Up the Land. Definitely want to share this for sure, for obvious reasons. For obvious reasons. Go tell a friend and tell a friend. Let us run for a little minute, family. Go tell a friend and tell a friend, man. Politically incorrect life. Show to Indar.
The race they got us with it is for those who will endure till the end. Till the end. Some try lead you astray. Seek wisdom from today.
Sister Indra. Sorry, family. I don't think I culture this man. Indra. Actually, yeah, big shout out. Matter of fact, pull out from the top, man. Yeah, just because. Go tell a friend and tell a friend, family. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. We're working on the land, family. Planting. Agriculture, food security.
The race they got us with it is for those who will endure till the end.
Tell a friend and tell a friend.
Some try lead you astray. Seek wisdom from today, my friend. My friend, they crying food shortage and things are getting dread in the rain.
Yes.
Yeah, don't let it get in your head. Man, don't only live by bread, but by the word. That's what he said. Put on your armor, trot along. Become a farmer, plant up all the land. Don't let time go to waste. Every day make a way. Grow food and garden. Plant cassava, green banana, mango, cocoa, and sweet potato. Turmeric, herb, ginger, moringa, sun and breadfruit, shadow, belly, arrowroot, veggie provisions and all kind of fruit. May the work of your hands flourish and go far. May the work of your hands be blessed and prosper.
Tell a friend and tell a friend, family.
And as the plants they grow, we grow in same way. You mercy,
Empress Pain, I see you. Wayne, greetings, General. I got a phone line open, Wayne. Matter of fact, if you want to come in the studio, hey, Steve in the building. They say you get bad now, work later. Hi, General. Tell all the family in UK, man. Green banana, mango, papa, divine greetings to you too, family. Barbados got the worst street politicians in the world.
Veggie provisions and all kind of fruit. May the work of your hands flourish and go far. May the work of your hands.
Tell a friend and tell a friend, family.
We want coconut water, beautiful sunflowers, hibiscus tea and some thirsty as
Jackie, I see you.
Tomato, berries many colors, watermelon, sweet pepper, cherry and guava.
Big tune, family, big tune. Tell a friend and tell a friend, man.
Big guava, plant cassava, green banana.
Plant the food, plant the food, plant the food. Hey Steve, you show me on the phone. Show me in the morning, brother. If you go to bed now, give me a shout in the AM. First light. Tell a friend and tell a friend, family.
Be blessed and prosper.
And may the work of your hands be blessed and prosper here. Shout out to Indra on that big tune for sure. For sure. It is a must, family. You know, the land. I put the StreamYard link to the studio as well. Those who are interested, is that kind of night. Oh man, where do we go from here? Someone said to me the other night that the conversation about the Semitics was too short. They wanted more. Is that so? Do y'all actually agree with that? Was it too short? If so, let me know. Actually, there's a part 2 coming up. That's what the brothers supposed to come on tonight, man. I kind of excited though. It's like I want to let the cat out the bag. There's so much stuff behind the scene. It's actually very exciting, to be honest. And it's like, you know, you say you could hide and buy land, you can't hide and work it. Speaking of land, well, I'm looking forward to the brothers, the next 2 guests coming on. I know it, yo. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you a sneak peek into this. And that might be telling, you know, if I give you a peek, that might. I'm gonna give a sneak peek. For those interested in doing some research as well, can acquire these particular books. I'm gonna give a sneak peek. Should I do this one? Should I do that one? Do this one. Yeah, I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna do this one. Yeah, I'm gonna do this one. So this right here, let me get the link for those who are interested. I think it's quite interesting too, by the way, on so many levels. Like talk about subliminals, right? I'm gonna drop it. Talk about subliminals, right? I'm gonna drop it, man. Hold on. Let me just get to it, man. So you see this right here, basically. The lost ark of the covenant. You see what I'm saying? And let me just clip this real quick. If I snap on this should show up. See this image. I want you to look at this image very, very closely. You know, and the subliminals, man, like the subliminals, if you look at it closely, you know, the lost ark of the covenant. And when they do graphics, graphic designers, there's always a message in the graphics by itself. And, you know, for those who have eyes to see, let them see. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit, just enough to focus on this particular image. I want y'all to focus in on. The whole thing with Kanye West, you know, the whole way, everybody got the same argument now, is back and forth. So many things being revealed right now in the world. Is those who paying attention going to see. So this book called The Lost Ark of the Covenant has an interesting cover. And it speaks about the Jews, or what we call the Jews, which we know they're not Jews. And we call them Hebrew, which we're not Hebrew, they're Igbo. But again, we could split all those hairs and go down the Ethiopians, and we could go all the way down the Abyssinians, the Cushites. The reality is we are who we are at the core, children of the sun, you know, the melanated people. But check this out, though. So in this image on the back of the wall, there's a silhouette. Now, the silhouette looks to be, well, supposedly a palm tree of some sort, which the palm trees are synonymous with Israel, that place they call the state of. But what else does that image look like? what else it look like? Yo, somebody please tell me you're paying attention. What else does that image look like? I'll wait a few minutes, man, and see if somebody going to jump out there and actually have the courage to say. What does it look like, family? Somebody tell me what that image look like, man. What does the image look like? No takers? Somebody tell me what they think that image looks like, man. Yes, Jackie, it definitely looks like you. I totally agree. Looks like a Rasta man, huh? You see, it's so funny. Yes, it does look like a Rasta man, or what you might say is a pineapple, which is funny because the pineapple, in a sense, represent the Rasta man, the head and the spike here. It's so funny. Yes, a Rasta. Now, you think that the people who did this book, who wrote this book, compiled all the evidence in this book, and I'm going to share another book with you shortly, that the research is coming from, and the information is coming from, that we're going to share between, well, we haven't pushed it back for tonight and Friday, so now it's Friday and Monday. But I'm sharing this much to put you on point, family. And this is the reason why this whole thing is happening, the COVID thing, all this stuff. The idea is to get you jabbed, get you under control, because they know that the clock of sleep is what the alarm on the clock to keep you asleep is ringing. So folks are going to be getting up left, right, and center. The key is to rock you back to sleep, keep you unaware. So yes, it does look like a Rasta, no? The lost ark of the covenant. The lost ark of the covenant. Anyhow, this is one of the books the research is coming from. And there's also another book that the research is coming from. And I did it in this order to put it in perspective. Now, here's the other book. Now, what does that say? What does that say? Black Jews in Africa and the Americas. Now, this is crazy because, when you hear about Black Jews, it really is kind of a redundant thing because the original individuals that we call Jews, originally were identified as Africans, or what they now call Black. But that's a story that was being kept hidden away for quite a long time. And you see, when they say Haile Selassie the First, the conquered land, the tribe of Judah, Judah is where the word Jew came from. The idea of being a Jew, it came from the fact that the tribe of Judah had dominated for such a period of time that they considered all the tribes to be Jews, meaning Judah. But we know that the 12 tribes were never all about Judah. As a matter of fact, it goes even deeper than that. And I won't get into the depths of it now, but what I will tell you now is that when you look at it from a historic perspective, you may even say that maybe there wasn't even 12 tribes. The idea, however, is that the 12 tribes represent something much higher. And I mean that literally, figuratively, and spiritually than what is being told on the surface level. So getting into the science of it and understanding the science of it requires one that if you are truly interested in knowing yourself, you got to look within. And a lot of this stuff was, like I said, hidden, kept back. And, so now it's like, well, here it is. To give you an idea of what it is and where we're going as a people, you kind of got to know, where we're coming from. And so it's a start. It's a place to start because it points to a reference and an identity that you can relate to and start to look into yourself to really understand exactly how deep this thing really go. It's way beyond the flags, especially the region. I always speak from a regional perspective because, the world is the world, but the Caribbean is special for a number of reasons. And unless we fully grasp that, we ain't going to get it. But, yeah, the Jews in Africa, this is quite profound. So profound. The information that's going to come forward. Especially when it comes to Bar Bay Dios, it's a special place indeed. And there are folks who know this. And despite all the attempts to suppress that, it's that time, family. So that's one of the things that we've been working on quietly. I wonder if I should. Well, you know what? I might as well go and put the other one up since we're gonna be on this kind of conversation. So it don't make no sense not sharing it. So this is the other one here. Let me share this. What I found interesting when I was doing the research for this stuff, I was thinking I need to grab one or two of these books. And then when I looked at the price of the hardcover, the first price I saw was the hardcover. The price was the hardcover. I had to switch that. They said it was $500 US. And I was like, $500 US for this book? Like, God damn, like what the? But knowledge ain't free. Knowledge ain't free, family. So it comes with a cost, and some willing to pay and some not willing to pay. But so I was like this. I was like, man, I don't know about this piece right here, boy. They look at the bankroll, the brother. But I was like, yeah, all right. So I saw the paperback. I kind of like, whew, you have to put some cardboard on the cover or something and keep that piece safe. But the other thing I found that was interesting was it said that this item cannot be shipped to your selected delivery location, which is Barbados. And I said, well, wait a minute. I could buy the book and have it, but I can't have it if I live in Barbados. How come? How come? They ship it anywhere else in the world. They got a bunch of names and places, all in UK. I could order this and have it sent to UK, Canada, not the Caribbean. We don't ship to the Caribbean. Is it that we don't ship to the Caribbean, or this book isn't allowed to be in the Caribbean? What the book is called? The Lost Tribes of Israel. Israel. The history of a myth. Interesting. And that's because the tribes aren't lost. You see, that's the thing. They're not lost. They were never lost. They know exactly where they are. Anyhow, like I said, that wasn't the sole intended purpose of that, but it came out that way, so that's how it went down. Anyhow, family, my main thing was just to come and reason, open up the floor, and see what's on the minds of the people. And tonight, plan to listen more than speak. So, Maria, the phone line is open. She has an Eddie Grant type of vibe. I mean, yeah. Indra, smooth, soulful music, man. She in the studio right now, I think in Jamaica, if I'm not mistaken, working on an LP, and we give her all the energy she needs to make it happen, and supporting our own too, right here, homegrown. But yeah, family. So we got some information coming forward, and I'm pretty excited about it because it's long overdue. So much is happening right now on so many different levels, and it's again, the rabbis were here earlier, I think this year. I mean, time flies so fast. Was it early this year or last year? I think it was this year. I think it might have been last year. The time is flying so fast now you can't even keep up with it. This is indeed a lot of days, but we're here nevertheless. So that's where we at, family, and that's what we've been working on. So I see you, Miss Weeks. Greetings to you too, family. We could go on and on. Wanting to share. Let me see if I can find this one as well and see what they say. I know when it comes to open up the floor, how folks get, I don't even say shy. Reserve is the word I'm going to use. How folks get reserved. But it's open nonetheless. Politically incorrect? Nah, boy, I don't want to risk that. But I'll tell you what, something happened to me very interesting today. Went to, I shouldn't say that, I'll give too much information up. Had a conversation there with a guidance counselor, let me put it that way. At one of these schools that would have had the issue with the children. And although I respect the honesty from the individual, the reality is that nothing is being done for the children, especially regarding that issue they had a few weeks ago, almost over a month now, back in September. So much going on, and where do we approach it? How do we approach it? Where do we tackle it from? Like, how do we get to the heart and the root of this matter? People out here every year, every singing the same tune. Government overseas on the platform singing the same tune, and no matter what we do, is like they're still going forward with the same plan, and it's like, yo, crazy. So how do we reconcile that? How do we get to a point where we bring about effective change? And I'm gonna tell you, like the brother told me, the invisible Rasta. Shout out to the invisible Rasta again, the brother that I met Friday on Monday. Yeah, he said, you gotta tell a friend and tell a friend. You gotta share the word. You gotta pass it on. Don't just keep it to yourself. Tell somebody. You gotta know somebody that would appreciate certain knowledge and say, you know what, check this out. What you think of this, and have dialogue. Rather than being inside all the time and everybody on the device, whether it's a tablet, whether it's a phone or a laptop or whatever. Sit down and reason. Go outside and only step and reason. See who passes. Go in the community. Take a walk. Or show your neighbor. And build. The idea of not trusting. So much stuff going on, and if we don't have that village mindset, we look at the village now as a bad thing, but the village was the best thing that could happen. But we left the village going to the heights, and we got all divided. The suburbs. Anyhow. The lines open up, family. Give me a holler. Speaking of holler, I gotta do a little promotion for this thing here. Let me go ahead and pull it up real quick so you can tell a friend and tell a friend. This I'll post this on the page as well. But this one you gotta tell a friend to tell a friend. Let me see if I can find it real quick. So apparently the Rastaman, along with some other panelists, including Dr. Veronica, as well, my brother Abdul from the Nation of Islam, and the other brother, Ferdinand Nicholas, the Reverend Ferdinand Nicholas. He's going to also be on there. It's going to have a discussion regarding the children, well, amongst other things. And so it's funny because, I mean, I said that at the time. I think I was being facetious. I don't think I was actually literally meaning that was going to happen. But let me go ahead and share this poster real quick for those interested in what's happening here. Let me get this thing here. Here we go. Yes, so this is going to be on Sunday, November the 20th. Watch out, my children. It's a panel discussion and a call-in program. Perhaps more folks are calling then. And seeing as how it's going to be on VOB 92.9 live on the air, well, it would go across Barbados and I guess the region, because I think VOB bandwidth is that much. But they have some guests on the panel. Like I said, Dr. Veronica Evelyn, she was on this platform a few weeks ago, sharing, as well as the Reverend Ferdinand Nichols, and also my brother Abdul Rahman. Good people, Nation of Islam. Shout out to the Nation of Islam for sure. At home, in the region, and abroad. Assalam alaikum. And the work's just going to get done. The work's just been getting done. So be sure to tell a friend that on VOB on Sunday, November the 20th at approximately 3 p.m., there's a panel discussion being put together by some concerned citizens. And the idea is to have a discussion on the constitutional reform, the inclusion of sex orientation in the supreme law of the land. Now, I going to tell you up front, I don't know what they thinking, right? But they didn't invite the Rastaman to the program. So, unscripted. And I just say that up front, so I think that we at a point where we know what has to be done. And, with always diplomacy first. I think sometimes the uncomfortable conversations have to be had in order to actualize and realize really where we at and what are we really doing. We can't stick our heads in the sand and pretend like we don't know what's happening when we see what's happening. I think it would be a bit naive to reach the point where we act as though we ain't got a clue when we know full well what's going on and what the situation's all about. So tune in on VOB 92.9 live. This is on Sunday, November the 20th at 3 p.m. This is for those watching abroad. This is Eastern Standard Time. And I don't know if they have it online or I think they have it online. I don't have a link online, but I'm sure if you tune in to VOB live online, if you type that in 92.9 live online, if you're not in Barbados, you'll be able to pick it up as well, actually online live. I'm sure there's a website somewhere, and I'm sure between now and then someone may post it. So I'll probably have a write-up for this. I have it posted on the Politically Incorrect page as well, and you can see what that's about, and we can make it happen. But it promised to be informative. I mean, considering the people are there, I'm honorary guest, man. Sit between these giants as probably the youngest person on the panel, But they great people, they wise people, and they courageous. Been putting in work for quite some time, speaking on behalf of the voiceless. What I'm interested in also is this constitutional reform. I think that's going to be one of the key major topics, because everything else is hinged on that. And I had this conversation earlier about these QCs, these King's Councils. Why did the lawyers in Barbados, knowing that the Queen had passed on in transition and she was no longer in play, and the King had came into power, or came into position, I should use, not power, came into position, and therefore, be now allegedly under the Republic banner, would have no ties to be the counsel to the king. Why would they still want to, pretend to be such? Then I realized, you know what? I might have been wrong. I might have been wrong in making the assumption that they were pretending. And I was only saying that based on the fact that, they were pushing the idea that we were a republic, or should I say they are a republic, because that ain't got nothing to do with me. I mean, still kid you not. We got to reach the point where we establish the lines that are drawn, because the only way I see it possible, because perhaps we're really not a republic. That maybe that's not what it is. Maybe that's not what it is. Maybe that's the illusion. I mean, considering all, no constitution, nothing put in place, we can just pretend this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put on a show as if we become a republic, although we don't have the prerequisites to be a republic. It's like you go to university, and in your first week, you start calling yourself a doctor, although you're now working on your PhD. You call yourself a doctor. You ain't put no thesis. You ain't submit the papers. You ain't did nothing yet. You ain't did no work. You ain't got no credits. You ain't got done a thing. You just call yourself a doctor while you still in the class. No one can really take you serious, because the truth is you're still under the student, banner. You ain't get them 3 letters classifying you, as you ain't get your doctorates, man. You ain't get the PhD. So Republic is something similar. We call ourselves such, and then we're working on the Constitution after the fact. So what do you put in it at this point? It's like, put the ingredients in the oven for the cake before you mix it. You got the ingredients, but you ain't followed the process. So although you got all the ingredients, you have all the ingredients for this cake, and you got it in the oven now. The problem is that you ain't got the ingredient, you ain't mixed the ingredients. So although you have all, you ain't followed the process that needs to be, put in your flour, put the water, drop your eggs, if you're using eggs, which I wouldn't be, and whatever else you're doing, linseed or whatever, and stir, whip, add whatever, so that's where we at. That's where we at. So again, family, tune in on Sunday, November the 20th at 3 p.m. on VOB 92.9 live on air. It promises to be... Wait, hold up. VOB and Starcom. And Starcom, maybe the other fella was there and got exited from... I don't know certain things, man. So help me here, somebody. VOB and Starcom. What the hell I see? You can't make this stuff up at all, man. Anyhow, family, let me stop, man. They don't think I'm out here playing around. Israel is a nation in my highest significance, symbolizes spiritual consciousness. I am Nubia. ICB got the wise ones in the house. Angela Cox, what's up? Here, waiting to hear me give more input on my Jewish history and how Black history are connected. Give me a minute. I ain't gonna touch that. Anyhow, this was a commercial break. Again, family, Sunday, November the 20th. Plug in. VOB 92.9 live. We broadcasting across Barbados and the wider Caribbean. This may be the beginning of something great. I hope maybe they can do this maybe every week. Have different people come and discuss different things. All we have to do, family, as a people, is to start having a conversation. This isn't about blaming the government or cussing the government or whatever. Most conscious people know what they did. The information that they're working with has not been disseminated fairly. They've been very biased, because there's a whole other side of the coin that other people doing research are capable of saying, well, wait a minute, you said this, but right here, it doesn't say that. Like the PCR test and all that. I mean, the website from the CDC said since last year, since this year was last year. I think it was last year, July. No, December. As a matter of fact, from December the 31st, is the exact date. After that date, on the website, they said that you should not be using it to diagnose this thing called COVID. And they gave the reasons why. And yet, in places like Barbados and a few other Caribbean islands, for months afterwards. They're probably still doing it. I don't even know. They're probably still doing it. You're right. I don't even know. But they still continue to practice, which is crazy because the people that is advising them told them not to, yet they're still doing it. So a lot has to be said, a lot can be said, but really and truly more has to be done. And that's the way I see it. We have a lot of work to do, family, and let's get to it. So listen up for this program. Dr. Veronica Evelyn, His Excellency Reverend Dr. Ferdinand Nichols, and Brother Abdul Rahman from the Nation of Islam, and obviously yours truly, Emmanuel Badarillia. They say I'm an activist and a talk show host. Both of them is wrong. It's in a talk show. I ain't hosting. This is a family we having conversation and discussion. But I suppose that's to keep me in a bracket. Activist. I like to think I'm an activator, not an activist, but I suppose there's a difference. Anyhow, family, give thanks and the opportunity to speak. The reality is Barbados needs a reality check. So between the people invited, I'm sure somebody's going to write that check come Sunday. Sunday school is going to be up and running. Having said that, though, I got a question here from my friend Angela. She wants to hear more about the history of Jewish history and Black history. Well, the Jewish history is a lot to be discerned because once it's Jewish, it is not the Jew, which in this really no such thing as a Jew, but to use the words loosely for those who are working with it, the reality is there was no difference between a Jew and a Black. I mean, until maybe the 17th century, early on, around them times, this thing with race, it didn't exist the way we see it today. It wasn't in existence the way we see it today. That's why I keep telling individuals, when you think about Black nobility, and I use this word Black very loosely for the sake of descriptiveness now, not necessarily to identify a people, but in conversation, especially for those who are not aware, but those who are aware know that, put it in this context, right? A lot of this so-called transatlantic, and Holocaust and stuff, a lot of it ain't what we think it is. Bear in mind that, your enemy is telling you the story about you, so they're going to leave out some parts, obviously, and make themselves look, glorified. Like right now, if you Google the true size of Africa, I guarantee you there's many videos and articles right now written and video recorded and streamed about the true size of Africa. But the map that we grew up watching, the map that we saw in the books, on the globe, in the atlas, and textbooks at school and online, up to a certain point, showed you a very different Africa. It showed Africa that was kind of small in comparison to different nations around it. It looked big, but it wasn't as big. And the reason why they did that, again, is a mindset thing. So they lied to you about Africa because, you see, the thing is, if you calculate the size of the countries, the square miles of the countries, and you add those up, well, if they add up to, if you have the time, go compare it. Add up the size of the countries in terms of square miles, and you're going to see how much square miles you actually get. And that should tell you something, man. A whole lot. So recognize that you compare that square miles to, let's say, a place like North America, which on the map looks huge, or Australia, which looks huge, or Europe. You'll realize something ain't right. The numbers ain't like, the numbers don't lie. They ain't adding up. So, the whole Jewish Black history connection is, I can't wait till Friday night, man. And it's Sabbath night according to how they observe that same sacred day. I think it's only fitting then that perhaps it was designed to be that way and happened that way for a reason. So Friday night, we're going to touch that real quick. Natasha, I see you, family. Greetings. Sorry for coming up so late, keeping you all up later than expected. Steve went to bed. He couldn't wait. I know Steve liked to watch Politically Incorrect from the cut. I know you be watching, Steve. We know. It's all good, brother. Up there in England must be cool as ever right now. I can't imagine. We gotta send Steve some sunshine from Barbados. He loved his homeland. We know he does. Anyhow, family, like I said, I open the lines, but I already know how shy people get on Politically Incorrect. I don't blame you. Suzanne, I see you too, family. Greetings. Art Emotion, I see you, fam. Auntie Faye, I gotta shout you too. Got to shout you. Can't leave you out. I feel a platform to hear the children speak is needed. Listen, man, Ricardo, I had that same conversation this afternoon. And although I didn't get to the location, I will do so tomorrow. We have an invited guest for next week if we can pull that one off. And it should be good. We did one before, Confession of a Teenager. We have a part 2 as well. And yes, she has agreed. We also have an exclusive. I think that's going to be quite interesting. I don't know. There's some legal cases going on with that right now, so I have to be very careful. I'm being advised not to do it, although I feel it needs to be done. And it's like, man, everybody just be so scared. Like, the government liable to do this and liable to do that. I'd be like, y'all gotta be kidding me, man. Y'all fear man and not God, right? That is crazy. Y'all fear the creation and not the creator or creators. Man. See, that comes when you never had a personal experience with God, right? Like when you never had no real encounter where you was faced with, immeasurable odds, and you was saved, like you was rescued, like you slipped and fell. Like I remember, like, let me give you a story, man. My first construction project in Barbados, a particular location. And that evening I got back there. We just finished excavating the foundation and casting it and pouring the concrete and setting the steel rebars in place and whatnot. And so after the job, what I like to do is go back on the site when everybody's gone and walk through and envision what's next and kind of build it in my mind, and so kind of see it then manifest it. So I went back there the afternoon, and guys had kind of put up some set material the day in front for the following day. And so I had my clipboard in my hand, tape in the other hand, and my pen and stuff, pencils and stuff, and the phone, and I'm walking. So I'm walking through, and I'm stepping cautiously. And I saw some bricks had piled up, and I stepped on one of the blocks that was there. And strange enough, although I saw the block set in its place, firm, I stepped on it, only to shift my weight from the land to the block to realize that the block wasn't set at all. So it started to sway. And as it swayed, because I was shifting my weight in motion all at once, my entire upper body started to fall forward. Now, concrete poured, it's hardening, been there since half the day, almost set right now. Rebars are up. And this particular rebar, although I have a specific height, I cut rebars coming out the ground foundation from. This one was short. And I was going there because I noticed it was short. I was going there to make a note to, like, obviously former next morning, like, why is this cut short, bro? We don't do this like this. And as I was falling, I remember I have stuff in one hand is completely full with clipboard and everything else, the tape on the next. I had to make a decision. So I released the items that were in my right hand, and I figured I could at least brace my hand by breaking the fall. So I extended my arm forward, man, and I managed to land on my hand land on the footer, on the side of the footer, and almost like I'm doing a one-handed push-up. And I didn't manage to break my fall, but do you know, right, that same piece of steel that I was going to make a note about being cut too short, had it been a little longer, a few inches longer, because when I looked at where the steel was in relation to where my solar plex, my chest, the middle of my chest was, had it been a few inches longer, right, I'm telling you, I wouldn't be here, man. And the thing is, this was down inside, because his house was on a slope. This was down inside the ditch, the slope. And this was Friday evening. And so I would have been there Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, and wouldn't probably till Monday morning when people show up at work on the work site. Maybe then I may have been found down inside this place. And, that just, I could tell you stories, man. So when I say to you that, you can't fear man, because I'm telling you, there are forces that'll keep you safe, even when you not safe. So we got to reach a stage, people, where we put trust in the universe and the Almighty, man. Not put your trust in man, because man by his nature is destructive, and that's what man does. So you got to have experiences, and when you have encounters like that, and you have different encounters over a period of time, and multiple encounters, and you see deliverance where you was rescued from situations that might have been beset by spiritual wickedness in high and low places. You don't know who working what science on you. You ain't got a clue. But when you can see them things happening and you manage to be delivered from them things, can nobody tell me about no God ain't real? Call him whatever you like. I dealing with the actual force that exists, that governs this universe and holds everything in place. Call it whatever you want, call it. For me, Haile Selassie the First is the Almighty. Yeah? They don't know about you, but I could tell you some deliverance stories, man. So I don't be worried about none of them, man. Whatever they do is what they do. But what I do know is that we ain't going to sleep on not on our watch. We ain't going to sleep on what they're doing. They need to be held accountable for a lot of things that has happened. And the more we speak about that truth, the more it's going to happen. Manifest from thought, word, and deed. Thought, word, and deed. So I got up from that position. I looked at that steel, thought to myself, as a matter of fact, I propped back up the block and sat on it. I stared at the steel and thought to myself, I wonder which one cut this steel short and put this right here. Look, man. Anyhow, family, I'm just saying, man. Chosen, anointed. It's good to see you, family. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, I know you ain't catch you live in a minute, but we're here now. It's great to see you. Look at timing, right? Real good timing, man. You got to holler at me. It's that kind of time. Really, really, really. Shout out to Black Lion Security, by the way. Let me say that, and the works they're doing, especially currently going on now regarding the property and securing the property. Is this? I mean, everything is, like I said, is happening in divine time accordingly. We got some stuff we're gonna get into on Friday, and let's do that. What's on your mind, family? I know that I open up the lines. The number is there. The WhatsApp call. Wait, hold up. Let me check the phone. I keep getting messages, but for sure we got a link. You know why? It's that time, man. That time. It's great, 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 great. Good news to see you. So wait though. What is I saying here now? Oh man. Okay, I gonna put this up. I gonna put it up. I gonna put it up if you insist. Thanks to the inbox crew. This is when? Wednesday? This is the 16th. Wait, hold on. That's tonight. Damn, 7:30. All right, that's a little too late now, man. 7:30, 8:30, 9:30. That must be still going on all now. This is the Lodge Royal Wesleyan Holiness Church having a constitutional reform discussion on Wednesday, November the 16th at 7:30. And it's a Zoom. It's a Zoom. Yeah, I can't. Had I got that early, maybe I would have did a live. I would have broadcasted to Zoom on my platform. That would have been crazy. But this constitutional reform that they're having with these individuals, family, like I said, man, I mean, I really hope that Barbadians ready for what is about to come, because, keep in mind, they're having these conversations. These conversations aren't being had to hear your views on. They're being had to say that they heard your views. You know what I'm saying? Not that they, one or two of your views might be entered, as an amended, oh yeah, we forgot that part. Let me add that. But we ain't changing what's already established, They ain't looking to do that. What would change? Okay, you just got it. Okay, I see you. I give thanks, family. I give thanks. I see you tuning in live and you on live. I like that. That's great. Yeah, I just realized it. That's all right. We're gonna deal with this on VOB come Sunday. And I'm sure that you tell a friend to tell a friend, share it on your WhatsApp group, share it in your live, share it in your Facebook group, and make sure the people know what time it is. Okay, do that. Do that for me. Definitely do that for me. Anyhow, fine. What time is it, man? It's 9:30, almost. Let me go and see if I could go and make this thing hot, heat this up a little bit. Go and tune in. But if I tell them that they cut this off now, like, no, we got to end this right now, boy. Politically incorrect coming in. I might go and log in for real. Matter of fact, I might go and log in for real. Let me go and put this up. Let me go and share this with the people, man. Hold on a second. Let me share this with the people, man. If you can take Muhammad to the mountain, what you do is bring the mountain to Muhammad. Simple. All right. Let me put this up real quick, family. For those who didn't see it, here it is. If you want the information, let me just pull this up real quick and make sure y'all have it. How do I do this right here? Oh, right here. I got it. So this is the link real quick for those, like I said, who are interested in attending, viewing, tuning in. If you missed the other ones, it's actually on Zoom. And let me just zoom in here real quick. This is the information, the meeting ID, as well as the passcode. And looking like Tom Adams. I don't know you. Somebody better. I don't know. I can't keep up. This begin to turn to a real Falcon Crest going on here. Yeah, dynasty and all kind of thing all in one. Barbados is not a real place. Anyhow, family, for those who are interested for this particular constitutional reform, it's happening now live on Zoom apparently. I don't know, but if this is legit, you can go and check it out and see what's up. Tune in and let me know. Me, I feel like I'm going to log in for a minute and see what's up. See why not. Anyhow, family, join us on Friday. I think Friday night we got some stuff that going to be revealing. Bring your notepads, tell a friend, tell a friend. I like that. I like that one there, sis. I like that one there, sis, for sure. Can't imagine anything man can design and put in motion like the universe. Serious, family. That's why I said, man, when you got when you could testify about your tests, yeah, and nobody can. I mean, I could tell you stuff, man. I mean, look, man. It's not even about religion. This is about, experiencing God in your life. And we use that word God again loosely. We could split hairs on all these different terms. The reality is that a tree don't know it's a tree, A tree don't call itself a tree. A tree just is what it is designed to be. In this reality that we exist in this physical space as spiritual beings. So you can sit there and argue all you like, man. Those who know, know. For those who know, no explanation is necessary. And for those who don't know, no explanation is sufficient. Somebody once asked me, why you always gotta choose the hard road though? Why you gotta make things so difficult? Why you gotta always be good on the difficult path, the hardest path? Why you choose the hardest path? And like I said, my response was, what make you think I see two choices? Some of us are not that fortunate, family. Some of us got to deal the hand that we were dealt. So we just got to play that hand. You got to play the hand we were dealt, full stop. And that's it. If that's not your story, that's not your story. But I can't argue with you as much as you can't argue with me or anybody else for that matter. But Friday night, family, we're going to make this thing happen. And we're going to have a family discussion, a serious discussion. I love it, though. I love it. Information is coming forward. The truth. Thou shalt know the truth. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. And that's where we at right now. We ain't with all this ain't all the hollering and fussing time. This is about renewing your mind. My people are destroyed because they lack knowledge. They don't lack nothing else but knowledge. Straight up. Critchlow, look, Critchlow, man. Yo, shout out to the family in the East. King and Queen. Y'all know who y'all are. Simple as that. And by the way, yeah, it's that time. Are you going to send forward the invitation again? It's that time. Experiencing a spiritual reality when an individual loses hope. Serious, family. Serious, serious, serious. We are convicted that those in the power in this nation who have betrayed the masses will be held accountable for the evil actions by God. And serious. Man, look, here's the best part. I keep telling you, when we look at the sun, right, it's already been shining. We only now getting the light. It already been happening. A lot of what's happening now already has been manifested, just that we ain't reached that point yet. So let's focus on building. Let's focus on developing. Let's focus on healing and preparing a better way for our children and our children. We can't be too busy worrying about them or Aaron. I get you, brother, but not even their judgment is our concern. Their judgment is already sealed by virtue of their own actions. They have sealed them. You know what a man. So you can't go and plant corn on your farm and come 8 weeks, 12 weeks, you want to go and dig up eggplants. How you gonna get that one, do? By virtue of your action, you're gonna get corn. You're gonna get what you put in. You're gonna get back what you put in. You're gonna get exactly what you put. What you sow is what you're gonna reap. So, you know, make sure you sow good seeds. That's why I tell people, don't be studying the next man next door. Make sure you planting where you're supposed to be planting so you can reap what you're supposed to reap. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. I ain't wish nothing harmful for them. Okay. Well, I've been advised that it seems like they're finished abruptly, I suppose, or maybe 9:30 was their cutoff time. I'm getting information that that particular link is no longer valid. But, you know, so that's all right. Maybe they had a 2-hour session, you know, they might have their limitations. 9:30 might have been their cutoff time. You know, give them the exact, you know, not a minute over. You know, give them the benefit of the doubt. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay. Thanks. Thanks for the update. Oh man, they're having a closing prayer. So maybe it's just coincidence. Anyhow, family, man, let me go and drop a tune, man. Let me just left the yard, Let me left the yard, man. I looking forward to Friday though, family. But my question is, you know, are we really ready for this thing, family? We really ready, man? We have any idea what's about to come to us? This is the best of times. They say the worst of times. The best part is that you get to choose which one you're focusing on here. Make this the best of times. Yeah, I mean, for you and your family. I was reasoning with the elder this morning. We were talking about a brethren who passed away because he took the jab. And it's like, I know so many people now who have passed, who transitioned, you know, since then. And I ain't going front. I would tell the elder that, you know what? I reach a point where now I'm feeling like a bit insignificant. Like, you know, you got to look at people that you know you was talking to, you was warning, you was trying to enlighten, and it's like they still went on that path. And you got to look at them and like just bid them farewell, or you get a phone call, like so and so pass a word. It's like, damn, it's like another one and another one and another one. And it's like you slowly becoming numb. But in that numbing, I realized in my mind, there's a slight resentment like being built up towards the system that pushed this thing. Like, you know what? Boy, how do people really like yo, child, or like anyhow, quote unquote, nothing else needs to be said. Nothing else needs to be said. So I going pull the first tune. The baby came in, the baby we going wheel and come out, man. The baby came in, the baby going out, family. Oh yeah, when King Selassie I strike. Oh yeah. Norseman, man. Yeah. Up and about and in the street.
Jah love must share. But in this evil world, it is so quite rare.
Yes.
Hassles and jostles, human fear up against the encounter who oppose to declare. The good is at one heart, them can't compare. And to the lifestyle them live and how them breathe in the atmosphere. The essence they wanted, it just ain't there. Them never do good, so them get caught in this fear. Remember,
Everybody listen, but not everybody here.
Babylon is so unfair. Them all dead out tonight. Oh yeah, when King Selassie I strike.
They pull out again, man. They pull out again, man. Cause what if it is a joke?
Fire
Peace
for
and
the
prosperity,
wicked man.
family.
Upon them
Fire for the wicked man, man.
Them done unto black people. Watch out about them tonight. Oh yeah, when King Selassie I strike. Yeah,
Food security, water
fire
security.
Oh,
We got a new one called medical security, family. Start to learn the herbs. With the drink.
Up and about on in the street.
With the rub.
Jah love must share. But in this evil world,
With the
it
steak.
is so quite rare.
And with the boil.
Hassles and jostles, human fear up against the encounter who oppose to declare. The good is at one heart, them can't
Don't
compare.
fear.
To the lifestyle them live and how them breathe in
The
the atmosphere.
atmosphere.
The essence they wanted, it just ain't there. Them never do good, so them get caught in this fear.
Remember, everybody listen, but not everybody here. Babylon is so unfair.
Them all dead out tonight. Oh yeah, when King Selassie I strike. Yeah, yeah, fireball a go light.
Yes.
Oh yeah, from both black and white. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What a fleeting illusion. Babylon with
Anyhow, family.
everything is make believe. And I won't partake. To be like that Eden is not my taste. Good
I'll
and
see y'all on
evil.
Friday
Between
night,
the
man.
human race. Jealousy and greedy, them they run them rat race. Chop off a shape can
Shout out to the Rastafari Progressive Movement. Putting in work. Shout out to Fade. Special Ops. Special Ops. Shout out to ADDI.
Oh yeah, when King
Shout out to the
Selassie
Maroons.
yeah, yeah.
Shout out to the
Fire
Moors.
ball a go light.
Shout out to Yarra
yeah,
Man, the
bamboo
Elder.
black and white. Yeah, yeah.
Shout out to the
Them
indigenous
all
folks across the
tonight.
region.
Oh yeah, when King
Queen
Selassie
in
I
Trinidad,
strike. Yeah,
Empress.
yeah. Fire ball a go light.
Mike Tumba,
Oh yeah,
Mike Tumba.
bamboo
Oh,
black
yeah.
and white.
Yeah, Gordian, there you go.
Away we trod, away we
Shout out to the Federation, man. Shout out to the Federation, man.
Never shall I feed upon the blood.
Look,
Never
this
shall
thing
I
coming
feed
together
upon the
like-
flesh. Hey, give thanks and praises, King Rastafari.
Yes.
Never let I down, yeah.
Never let that
yeah.
down. Never, ever, ever.
Watch you go get them tonight. Oh yeah.
Never, ever.
See I strike. Yeah, yeah. Fireball a go light. Oh yeah. From both black and white. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Up and about and in the street, Jah love must share. But in this evil world, it is so quite real.
I can get one more though. Don't feel like you just laugh on the second that right there, man.
Yeah,
Let me get one more, man. Say it rhythm. I get one more, man. Get one more, man. Y'all know who this is, right? Y'all know who this is, right? Get to know this father.
My life and my salvation.
Yes.
Who shall I fear?
Who shall we fear, family?
And I shall fear no one.
Who shall we fear?
No one. That is my
No one.
life and my salvation. Who shall I fear? And I shall fear no one. No one. That one your name. Me no fear none at all.
Yes.
No, them got this Emmanuel and them fall.
This Emmanuel and
Marcus
wait,
Garvey,
hold
the
on,
whole and
man.
them.
Pull out of the gear, man. The mic is sport, man. Pull out for the top.
Yeah, I'm the great in town, great to be praised.
Jah is
My
our
life and my
blood.
salvation. Who
Who shall we fear? Mighty Selassie the first, be almighty family, we fear no one.
My life.
This Emmanuel and them fall.
Who shall I fear?
Who shall we fear, family?
And I shall fear no one.
Who shall we fear, family?
That is my life.
All love you too, Maria.
And my
Always,
salvation.
always love what we defending,
Who shall I
family.
fear?
Straight up.
And I shall fear no one.
No one.
No one. That one
Listen to the
your
tune.
name. Me no fear none at all.
Yes.
No, them got the same Emmanuel and them fall.
Yes.
Marcus Garvey, the whole of them fall.
Yes.
This Selassie, them made a roll like a ball.
Like a ball.
Slow go like that, me say,
Oh, so small.
Pass me me sword and me African shawl. Word sound and power lick down Berlin Wall. Same word and power lick down
Pass your sword and the African shawl.
and you will know the whole of them fall.
African shawl.
Them from the west, the righteous man stand tall. Wicked man, all of them a big of all. This Selassie and me slew them overall. Just my life and the salvation.
Who shall we fear? We shall fear no one, family.
No one can in my life. When the salvation, who shall I fear? And I shall fear no one. But tell them say, well, none of them in no fear.
Yes.
For us, Selassie, I the youth them fear.
Yes.
Fear and anywhere. To burn the whole of them all in the atmosphere. Well, me no care how much waste them want here. Oh, me no watch the wicked face for them aware. But ask them who them really want scare. Them the Selassie and them judgment prepare. That is my life.
Yo, family, y'all already know, man.
Salvation.
Have an upful and joyful night.
And I should be no one. That is my life. On my salvation. Who shall I fear? And I should be no one.
Let me tell you why you should fear no one, family, because no matter what them do, right? No matter what
Well, I
them
said,
do.
cleansing the upright in heart.
No matter what them do, family.
The evil art of flourishing. Oh, King Selassie, the Almighty One. Yo, from your heart clean, and you have a clear conscience. The church should not be done offense. From your heart clean, and you have a clear conscience. Words should never die, yes, and then. From your heart clean.
That's why we don't fear no one, family.
The church should not be done offense. From your heart clean, and you have a clear.
Let them know, family. Tell them, fireman.
No for them dirty, I'm not one like them clean.
Yes.
No for them straight, but Mrs. said them lean.
Lean.
No for them kind, but Mrs. said them mean. No for them right, but Mrs. said them green. Say that them a shine, but me not see no sheen.
Never seen a sheen, man.
And I push the steam. When I out, when you know, sizzle around now, the stone, and I'm in run popping. Then you get to you, there's a fake one, it's clean. Get King Selassie, guy, he's out the skin.
Fireman for the man. Fireman for the man.
Well, me know I used to the wicked man, I'm going to the start of my time. Righteousness of the exile, you know, me I said up the people.
Just righteousness to exalt a nation, man. You can't sell the children of prosper.
See that? Why?
You can't sell the children of prosper. I can't want to tell you. You can't diss the elders and prosper. All those who walk the truth.
Babylon a searching you find. I find to defile mankind. But Jaja I go show them signs.
Signs and
Them
signs,
can't
man.
stop the end of time.
Signs and signs, man.
Why?
Let me tell them right quick though. Let's get a warm up for it, right? Get a warm on, man. No matter what they try and do, right? We as a people, we will always survive, man.
I will survive.
No matter what they do, no matter what they try.
Coming from behind, yo. Food is coming from the side. Mama put up the boy. Food to the child.
Anyhow, family, y'all have a blessed night. How you the last of the first? Iris was there, man.
One is coming from
One
behind,
perfect
yo.
balance.
Food is coming from my side. Mama put
Feel
up
the
the
energy,
boy.
family.
Food for the child, yo. Well, over the hills and through the valley and top of the mountain. Mr. Selassie, I blessing in the fountain. Listen to the bird, them all that sing them anthem. Listen to the winner with the whistling gun. Give thanks with the tree where you produce oxygen. Let out the lion them from out of the den.
Yes.
And free up black people from out of the pen. Out of the mouth of the and suffering I do again strength. Food is the staff of life. Let they all be fed again. Righteousness to get to you and to keep it blessed.
Keep it blazing, keep it blazing. Jesus, I will survive. Jesus,
Coming from behind, yo. Food is coming from the
we shall survive, family. Want one more? Let's get one more, man. Get one more, man. One more, man. Just let them know, man. The more they try to stop the people, right? The more the people gonna get stronger and stronger. The more they try to stop the people, the more the people get stronger. Hold firm, family. Just hold firm. Hold firm. Wait. We gotta pull out there. Let me tell you the sign, right? Don't call me, message me, telling me about the system going this, that. I need to be careful, this, that, etc. Let me tell you what the sign, right? What it say? Greater are doors with us. Greater are doors with us. Greater are doors with us than with them. Remember that. Remember that. Can't cool. Can't cool.
And I know the youth them see them say one on the fire for
Laundry gon' teach.
And I say it go reach.
Yes.
And I know the youth them see it say we can't free for them, so we must free for speed. And I say it go reach. And I know the youth them see them say one on the fire for laundry gon' teach. And I say it go reach. And I know the youth them see it we can't free for them.
Yes.
No, righteousness listen up and them come reject.
Yes.
Be a corruption.
Be a corruption.
On them earwaves and them internet. I want them to live vibes, they're not totally mess. Be a fuck with them rightly and them concept.
Straight up.
Be a propaganda, them spreading at the press.
Yes.
Imagine with them promote a be a woman
Sex.
My sex,
Yeah,
oral
sex.
Then them sex spiritual. Man, I don't chant best, I want wear
Woman dress.
Man, I pray up and them not stop grow breast. Man, I
Well.
don't chant sexual and I change them sex. That's why the youth are rush mental government. That mean a baby, them a go
One
on
next.
next. That's why
Prophet tell what them, man.
What next?
What next? Hold on. Let me tell you what next, man. I gotta go. I know, but it's taking go like 5 tunes already. But here we're going on. You remember there was a time, right? That they said that Kadnavi, female clitoris in Africa was mutiny and was to be abolished. So where's so Kadnavi, young lady's breast? Remember that, right? We live in some dangerous times, family. Pay attention, family. Anyhow, y'all have a great, fantastic, upful, and joyful evening. Manuel is left the building.
When you step on the battlefield, you have to know the prepare the youth them meal. You have to know how the youth fruits appeal. You have to know the step on the wicked man heel.
Yes.
And you have to hold the others. You have
the
to
only
bust the
seal.
seal. And you have to stop the raping and the killing and the steal. As a warrior
On the battlefield without a shield.
prepare for your steel. Living in the danger zone, in the battlefield.
Like that song, family. Y'all be upful and joyful, man.
When you're living in the danger zone, in the battlefield, they don't care you never go. Living in the danger
One more fireman.
zone, in the battlefield.
Just one more fireman.
Without the shield.
One more fireman, man. Just one more, man. One more fireman.
In the battlefield, without no shield, look check it out. Well, as our warrior and the battlefield, you're in a danger. Always remember, say you're there among stranger. Look out for the sheriff and the Lord Ranger. Look out for the colonel, look out for the manger. Look out for the spy and the informer. Look out for
The informers, man.
them a backbiter. Only the lion of them want to conquer. Remember Mussolini, wall, and a door. Only Selassie I did have the power.
Gee, Don, bro. You know who got the power,
I
family?
said I was once
Anyhow.
lost, but now I found light of the early
Give
Selassie.
thanks for us, man.
Selassie, I
Lost
live
but
it
found,
every
right?
time.
Emmanuel, live it every time. Marcus Garvey, live it every time.
I sing, boy, if it is Marcus, then you must bite the dust and equal rights and justice. That's what he taught us. And if it is Selassie, boy, you're going to die.
Empress Selassie, I guide, I and I.
This Emmanuel, gone down hell. Every knee shall bow and every tongue shall tell them. Enough of them I walk with them evil spell. In a corruption, enough of them all at well. I am low places where them wickedness dwell. True vanity,
Anyhow, y'all be good, man. Friday we gonna link up, family.
When I turn Jezebel, the earth is the fullness where everything dwell. Down here you find heaven, down here you find hell. When you see the lion, please please not try Mel. I sat my broke all a whole city boy for this Marcus. Then you must bite the dust. Equal rights and justice, that's what he taught us. If it is the last year, boy, you go